Hello.
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 We are back. Another day, another podcast. We got some stuff to talk about, but first we are going to go through our weeks. So, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, pretty decent weekend. I saw Spider-Man Brand New Day for a second time. Brought my dad with me. I would say this movie definitely I already loved it the first time. I think it gets even better on the rewatch. Now that you know what's happening, you can just kind of enjoy it and even appreciate the finer details of it more. And one of our upcoming episodes of Renegade Animation, we will be covering the Netflix original movie, The Ribbon Hero, which is kind of like a modern update on Princess Knight, and Batman Caped Crusader Season 2, which I have in the show notes for today. We will get into that a little bit more, but general thoughts right now, it's everything I loved about Season 1 and then some.
Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's really good. Bree.
I actually gained this past week, because I got the second Metro game, so I was like, but I want to finish DK, so I think I'm about like a quarter way through the game now. I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna force myself to relax, and I'm just gonna game. So that's actually kind of been really therapeutic for me. That's been nice. I finished the latest episode of uh Lake Crap, which let me just show you this beautiful thumbnail that's on our beautiful website, Renegade Pop Culture. Because Mike, this actually stumped you. I'm like, wait, there's no way Mike thinks this is real. Yes, I'm very impressed with my 2-ish hour Photoshop job.
Hey, multi-fan.
Yeah, that is a beautiful disaster piece.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, fun fact. That's actually from the actual show, from the bootleg we had.
Nice.
And that's how the Green Goblin dies. Oh, oops. But yeah, that episode's out of Renegade Pop Culture along with the newest episode of Renegade Animation. So that's all fun, and I'm just doing the freelance script writing thing, and that's basically all she wrote.
Nice. I didn't do a heck of a lot this weekend. I worked, and then I binged Cape Crusader. We'll get more into that, but I really like it. I got some stuff ready. I'm going to next weekend. I'm going to another con, and I'll be able to cross off an unbelievably small part of my Gurren checklist. But I'll be able to meet the voice actor that voiced older time skip Rossiu in literally 2 minutes of the last episode of Gurren. I will be meeting him to get a print sign. I am getting everybody off that list that I can. So I'm quite excited about that. And the only other voice actor I might want to meet there is a guy who voiced Leonardo da Vinci in the Ezio trilogy. So there's that. But the first con I've been to since actually cosplaying in since March. Yeah, so that's something. I got some other cosplay things lined up. Everything I need for my Leon cosplay now, as of this weekend, is either in my possession or ordered to be here by the end of this month.
Nice.
Woo!
Thank God. I was getting worried there for a moment, and there was one where I had a wait, there's a no, I'm sure there is an anime with actually I know there is an anime with Leonardo da Vinci in it. I can't
There's no
remember
way
what the
there
hell the name
isn't.
is. Yeah, I know there's at least one, but I'm blanking on what the name of it is. I'm talking about a video game that has it in. The Ezio trilogy has Leonardo da Vinci as like your main inventor person. Uh but yeah, I have a custom made version of the alligator snapper, which is the main pistol that Leon uses. And I had the person size it up a little bit from what the thing in the print on the website is so that it was more like actually accurate and a little bit bigger in my hand because I have massive fucking hands. But then I'm like, fuck. all the holsters around here aren't going to work for that. And then all of a sudden I called her. I'm like, hey, can you look at that print site again to see if something can work out? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I got it. Now it's all figured out. And for a good price, too. So I'm quite happy. But yeah. Other than that, again, yeah, not a crap ton happened this weekend. I listened to, for anybody who doesn't know, one of my weekend traditions that I think more people should do, because it's genuinely one thing I look forward to every weekend, is I do housework and I listen to Smosh Reads Reddit stories. It is one of the best things in my life. I've been listening to that for, I think, 2 to 3 years now. It's crazy how long that's been going on for. Like, I'm pretty sure... Did I ask you guys about the Reddit story about the guy who thinks the vagina is a badly made
Yes.
face?
Yep.
Okay, I learned about that from Smosh Reads Reddit stories. We might bring that up. I don't remember if that was on air or not. But
It was.
It was on air? Okay, 'cause that's one of my favorite things of all time. But yeah, it's one of the best things to do. It's awesome. But all right, anyway, we have got stuff to talk about. Let's get our comments up in there. There we go. But yeah, we have got some thingy bobs to talk about. I don't know why I got this accent all of a sudden. All right. Mike, buy or sell, the GameStop CEO is considering pulling out of his eBay $56 billion acquisition deal and instead pursuing a partnership.
Coward.
Well, I mean, Mike, consider the changing economic conditions with Sony no longer making physical games. Like, this is a CEO who needs to come up with a long-term plan if his company's gonna succeed.
He's also the same one that said, by the way, physical discs going away aren't going to ruin our store because we don't sell that much of them anyway. That's why all your shops are closing down? Give or take, this doesn't help the need of physical, but anyway. Bree, buy or sell, the live-action Labubu movie. It will focus on the backstory of where the creatures came from, rooted in Nordic mythology.
You know, I'm ready for this movie to either be, like, mediocre crap or, like, really good, but, like, this Labubu sensation will have long since passed and no one will fucking watch it.
This is the equivalent of making a Beanie Babies movie like 2 years
In, like,
after
2005.
Yeah.
Sad part is, it'll be considered retro, and then somehow people will care again. And the prices will go up. Mike, buy or sell, the live-action Jetsons movie is officially moving forward, starring Jim Carrey.
I'm kind of on the fence about this. On the one hand, yeah, it's good to see Jim Carrey doing something other than Sonic again. On the other hand,
Who's
why
asking for this?
are we doing a live-action Jetsons movie?
I don't know. But
Like,
I
not-
mean, because
like,
at this
not
point,
even
we're only
Jetsons-
talking, like, 30 years in the future at this point.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think the reason they're doing it is because they got Jim Carrey to say yes.
Mm.
Because I think that's what's going to sell this movie. Because I would watch a Jetsons movie if it's starring Jim Carrey. Otherwise, I wouldn't watch a Jetsons movie.
Fair.
I know, the only thing is that Jetsons have kind of gotten into, like, the Flintstones problem, where it's, like, so coded in the era that it was made that, like, who is this going to appeal to? Because, you know, boomers are getting older now, so it's like, who's, like, the target demo of this thing? It's not like Scooby-Doo, where Scooby-Doo is just, like, timeless.
It is, but it's to the point of where it's not something they've tried and known can fail. And to be fair, it can be a good movie. It's up to people to care about it. Because Masters of the Universe was literally a 9.5 out of 10 movie. No one gave a fuck about it and had one of the worst marketing things ever known to man. Jacob, to be fair, Jim Carrey, when he is awake and, like, you know, regularly kempt, looks 20 years younger than he actually is. If I'm going to be perfectly honest. In the first Sonic movie, he does not look the age that he is.
Oh, no.
None of them he does. Jim Carrey is a well put together human being. But alright, so Mike, I'm going to assume that this is from you.
Is it? Oh, the stupid is as stupid does.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't exactly know how to start this topic. I just kind of wanted to once again scold movie fans for not knowing how to watch movies.
You know what's like so funny is like earlier today for like something I was writing on, I actually was rewatching the ending scene of E.T., which by the way, like clockwork, makes me cry every single time. But I was actually looking between that and like like behind the scenes bits of like Spielberg directing and actually breaking down like how it works emotionally with you. Which hey, that just takes like a little bit of effort, guys. Just like a little tiny bit.
Hey, Amrian. He still does look like that. I saw a photo of him live in an interview yesterday. Whatever that weird thing was, that literal one time, he doesn't look like that anymore. Hate to break it to you. I don't know what the fuck that thing was, but he doesn't look like that.
He probably did like that thing that Madonna does of like the water filler, which is
Yeah.
only like a temporary thing. It's not like actual like
Yeah, it's like nothing. It's like nothing permanent.
Yeah, that was weird because it literally like a week later he didn't look like that. Sorry, that doesn't go away in a week if that was permanent. They just don't rip the shit out of your face and you don't notice it. It's not even superhero movies are one thing where I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna bring back how much I don't like No Child Left Behind again.
Child Left Behind.
It has gotten to the point of where now everybody bitches about how certain shows are written now where things are over-explained. Then when they get a movie where it's not over-explained, they go, what the fuck? I don't know what's going on. What am I supposed to watch this movie?
All the freaking time.
It's unreal. Like, there was a scene where I had people that are friends of mine that I know past high school with a decent cognitive set of degree that were asking me, how did Jean Grey know where MJ lived in Brand New Day? Forgetting that there's a literal scene where Jean Grey says, hey, your ex's friend leaked their address online. She herself says that!
But people don't want to pay attention.
No, it's fucking unbelievable!
Oh, Brock, do you want to put up the spoiler tag for a sec, just so I can complain about one more thing?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so another reason why I put this in the doc is the VMAX reveal.
Oh.
Oh, Christ.
About how it was not a big thing and everybody's upset because it wasn't something or something else?
Well, no, that, but also they're missing the point. Like the point of that reveal is like, oh, like she's now figuring out like what like her sister was trying to tell her.
The importance of that word was like, this is where they killed me. This was the last thing I ever saw.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
but because people are so how should I put this? They like people who like almost exclusively watch superhero movies, and not to judge those people, like,
oh no, I will judge them.
Well, sure, but what I'm trying to get at is like they have this like one track mind when it comes to how they watch movies, that they don't really understand how storytelling works.
Like, I have one where, and this is a good friend of mine, so I'm not going to say who it is, but it's a person that I tangentially know through my surrogate family. When I was watching this is a person who does not like Marvel movies, like, whatsoever. He's kind of a film snob. He's a very intelligent film goer and has seen a shit ton of movies and is a person who's a good judge of film and, like, how things go with like that. But I know that if I'm going to watch something Marvel related with this person, that he is going to look for what's wrong with the movie versus just watching the movie to enjoy it. We watched No Way Home. Do you know what the first thing he told me he hated about the movie was? He wished he had more thumbs so he could give it 4 thumbs down because the whole point of the movie was proving that math was better than magic.
Oh dear.
Do you know the only time they ever mentioned math being better than magic?
That one sequence
Once.
with
Once. Do you know for the rest of that entire movie what Peter Parker needs to fix damn near every problem he has? Magic. Why does Peter Parker go to Doctor Strange? Because he can't fix his problems with magic. Because with math, and he needs magic. And he uses science to fix all of the people, but is he going to use math to send them home? No. Is he going to use math to fix all of his problems in the outside world that he can only fix with some extraterrestrial magical force? No! He uses math because he doesn't know science, or he doesn't know magic! This is how people, where they're like, they either media literacy because they don't watch the fucking movies, or they're like, this is a movie that I'm going to be cooler if I say I hate it, so I need to make up something that I'm not going to like about it.
Yeah, what they do is they cherry pick. They cherry pick the things they don't like to make the movie sound worse than it actually is.
They create a problem out of something that is not a problem whatsoever.
Just like modern politics. I mean, I'm not wrong about this, Brock, but just to kind of oh god, no, we are not touching that high source. No. But
The women in there's a whole lot of women in this movie. He didn't talk to that, says the guy who clearly didn't fucking read the Odyssey.
Yeah, Elliot Page is Achilles, except he isn't actually. But anyway, what I was going to say is that, and here's like the kicker for me, like all the time. They get mad, when Netflix, has these mandates of like jingly keys and over-explaining. I'm like, well, hey, maybe Netflix doesn't have to do that if you stop being dumbasses and actually paying attention.
Wait, do you mean I'm not supposed to watch the movie like this? Wait, what were they doing?
The only time that's okay is if you have it on in the background while working.
Yeah! Or if it's something you've already watched. Like, if you have... I want to instate the rule, and we used to do this in high school, and I loved it. When we would go to a place, and I'm like, I want to enjoy this with my friends, there's a certain group of friends that I had from my church where when we got in there, after church, we were eating food. We are here to talk. We are here to converse as friends. We are not outside of whatever. For crying out loud, we can have a conversation at this table. We instated a rule that you would take your phone, set it face down. The first person to pick up their phone pays for the meal. And the meal ended, and it was always even ground. We ended up paying for our own because no one disobeyed it. You know how many times a life-altering decision was made or missed because of that? 0! I would love to do that same thing. There's, like, in high school, where my nephews are in high school now, I believe they're called Yonder pouches, where, like, you go in and they, like, safety freaking clip black clock your phone away. I want that to be done in movie theaters now.
Oh, that would be delightful.
Turn your fucking phone in, you get it when you leave. And it'll be like, well, I'm a critic and I need to take notes. Get a fucking pad and paper.
Or
I
like
don't care.
A Kindle scribe or some shit.
God.
I mean, that's why I had my scribe. Specifically, I got, like, the dummy down version so I couldn't go on the internet and get distracted.
Mm-hmm. The only time that over explanation works thematically is usually guys and Heisers, you sir are incorrect because the correct answer to that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That is where over-explaining is part of the themes and needed to be done because otherwise the characters would not act how they should. But JJK is partially out there, but my god, if anyone has seen JoJo's, they know what I'm talking about. Alright, so there few things have taken dumb takes to an extreme degree than the people that are talking about stuff from the Spider-Man movie. And one of the dumb takes where this guy legit thought he was cooking about how much of a fucking stupid idea he came up with and how this is the DC equivalent in his mind of what Marvel did, and how if DC did this, it would be the worst movie ever, and it would ruin future storytelling for DC.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
And in doing so, came up with an idea that I want more than anything. This said idea was this. Right here. Having Jean Grey as the primary villain in A Brand New Day is the equivalent of Raven being the primary villain of a Batman movie. Wasted potential on an X-Men character instead of a regular Spider-Man villain. Do you know what you could do if you had Raven be a problem for Batman and then he talks her down? That is the most natural way to introduce the Teen Titans you could ever have in your life!
Right?
Yeah, and then
That
he'd be
is
like,
a
hey.
home run!
And then he'd be like, hey, Robin, you know what? Maybe you should look after Robin. Raven.
Raven.
You know, make sure that, she doesn't get into trouble.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Bruce.
Got it! Thanks! And then they just get some friends and go around and all that, and it's like, oh, frag.
Oh god, yes. Fuck.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna go into this too. People? This is just turning into rants about fucking comic book fans, and I don't care, because I'm one of them, and y'all are a bunch of fucking idiots. All of you, and I mean damn near fucking all of you, will sit on your high horse in your ivory towers and go, well, all these WB executives only ever want to fucking make Batman movies and blah, 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 blah. Cause none of you sons of bitches watch anything else!
This.
Fucking show some love to non-Batman characters and you get them! For crying out loud, every time they try and show you something else, they go, well, what does he have to do with Batman? Shut the fuck up!
Also, I know it wasn't a good movie, but also, y'all didn't see Supergirl, so
no!
When you get Batman Forever 10,000, that's on you, dude.
That's what's going to happen. The amount of people that are like, fuck this James Gunn shit, we're gonna purposely boycott it so that nothing happens. Do you know what happens if this literally dies? You're not getting anything but Batman for the rest of your fucking lives.
Mm-hmm.
Ever! They're not going to try anything else ever again.
Hell,
again.
They might actually stop making, well... No, I couldn't say it.
You were gonna even try and say it! I know you were gonna, and your conscience said otherwise, because you knew those greedy sons of bitches will be like, well, we're not gonna stop making superhero movies because Batman makes too much fucking money, so we'll keep making Batman movies. You tried so hard to say it, and you knew you couldn't!
You're right. No, because even if oh jeez, multi-fan.
I'm shocked it isn't. Gonna be honest with you.
Now I'm just reminded of that episode of Batman Beyond where they actually did make a Batman musical.
Yep. Absolutely. And
I mean, there is a Superman musical. Mm-hmm. It's the only other Broadway musical based on a superhero other than Turn Off the Dark.
It's fantastic. But yeah, if you all want something, you need to support it.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Sounds crazy. I get that. But you need to try. Alright. That's one thing where it's just like, why do you rant on blah, blah, blah? Don't you like those people? Like, no. I rant harder on the things that I like because of the dumb people that attempt to ruin the things that I like. You think I will bitch about things that I hate? Oh! You have not heard me bitch about the stupidity of people that hate Batman but will only watch fucking Batman.
This.
You wonder why 90% of their animated films are Batman?
Because Batman sells.
Because Batman sells. I wonder. Do you ever wonder why you've never gotten a Wonder Woman full animated series before? I can't imagine why. Can't imagine. Fucking idiots. Alright. I actually did have another one. So, we have a partially other stupid as a stupid does. Umbreon, it is around 90%. I actually did the math the other day on a different podcast for how many are there, and it is literally sitting at about 90% because we had the full list up and we started doing statistics on it. It is damn near at exactly 90%. And that's only as of recently because they tried other stuff. So, alright. I'm going to venture to guess between everyone's opinions on here, and I am damn close with two of them, that most of us here think that probably the best Holland Spider-Man movie is Brand New Day.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the big major difference here is obviously Tom was a producer. All the writers were the same. Two of the main writers were the same. They had different writers on Homecoming, but then it was just those two guys through the other three. And the main thing that changed was the director, because you got Destin Daniel Craig, and you don't have John Watts anymore. So, the thing that you think the thing that triggered that would come from this is like, wow, Destin, great job. Hey, Tom, it was awesome. You did all these great things, and you should try new things in the future, and blah, blah, blah. No, it just became a big hate train of people sending off hateful comments to John Watts about how he should stop directing.
Look, you don't have to like the John Watts trilogy. Like, I personally love them, but I also understand the criticism. That being said, like, he's just doing his fucking job.
Yep.
And also, it's like, you know, Marvel movies, like, in terms of, like, being, like, a creative director, like, there's some that can kind of push maybe, like, a little bit more, but basically, you are an order taker.
And I don't exactly feel that same way. To a degree, I do feel that same way, but I'm going to be honest with you. Most of the time when they get directors, they aren't getting a director that is highly stylized or wanting different things. And when they do, you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of them isn't a director that's known for, like, and not to this degree, but when you watch a Tarantino movie, you can tell it's a Tarantino movie. When you watch one of the Russo brothers movies, you can tell it is a Russo brothers movie. And there's like Taika Waititi, you can tell when his movies are him. If you showed a person all the Thor movies, they could tell you which two of them were Taika Waititi's. Like, stuff like that. It's not very often they have one where it's like, yeah, you go in because you have a specific flair. It's like, no, you are a person that knows how to direct a movie. You can take orders. You do this. And then every now and then they'll get differences. And I'm not saying that John made freaking 12s out of 10s every time, but they also don't have to be. Like, I've seen people, these are the same people that go on about how they think that Spider-Man has no villains because they don't understand how logic works.
And also, like I agree, like, the advice about to just, you know, be over-reliance of VFX. Yeah, that's very dumb, but he's hardly the only director that's said that. Unfortunately, that's a common opinion about directors, which they really need to communicate better with their VFX department, because people will be way less sad and ready to kill themselves. But the whole thing for me is, you know, and this is where I'll kind of defend him. Just think about it, like, how this, you know, this MCU Spider-Man even came to be. Like, all the, like, the backlash, I mean, that kind of came with it. I mean, we know the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then the freaking Sony hack, like, like, a bunch of things happened that people, I feel like, conveniently forget. So, Sony's kind of backed into a corner. They're like Marvel saying, hey, let's, come up with this deal. And I think the first couple more movies, because of like everything that was going on, were a little bit more conservative and safe. Like, just make a Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm. And they were good. And I know that John Watts is going to see all these comments and, cry himself to sleep knowing that 2 of the 3 movies in his trilogy made over $1 billion and the other one was 200 million short of making $1 billion. So yeah, I'm sure he's really upset that you made fun of his god-awful movies that did nothing. Because, that's how that works. All right. All right, we don't need to go through that. All right, we're on to some gaming news now. Bandai Namco says that Digimon Story Time Stranger helped record the highest ever profits for the Digimon IP, even surpassing the 2000 anime.
Whoa.
That's
Wow.
fucking crazy. Because that is when you were in the trenches of the wars of Digimon versus Pokemon.
Oh, God.
I remember that.
Oh,
The schoolyard pots, like little kids punching each other and kicking each other, going, go, go, go.
Yes. Which, that makes me happy, because I was on the Digimon end of things, and, like, I liked both of them. Always to me, the better story-wise was Digimon, because you could get more out of it. It was a version of the same thing damn near every time with Pokemon, at least to me. Trading cards and stuff never really got to the point with Pokemon because it was way more straightforward with Digimon, but like I don't know if you guys have heard this. A story in my hometown named Ben Franklin, where you had to go to like a table in the back that had a glass counter and all this other stuff that you had to go back and go like, we got the Pokemon cards and this and that and blah blah blah. And that was just like, it felt like you were doing something like cool and secretive, and it was the first like collectible that I got into. And yeah, I've heard that the new series is. I have not watched Beat Break yet, but I appreciate that you really like Tamers, because Tamers was fucking fantastic. Anyone who's not seen Digimon Tamers, it was a Digimon series that was written by a horror writer and director.
Ooh.
It's really good. Like, really good. Dealing with, like, self-esteem, self-hatred, it's really good. Oh, it's really good. It's incredibly dark, but it's really good. Like, I still to this day have the most bootlegged ass. Do I have that thing out here? No, I don't. It must be in my cabinet over there. We're off Etsy, the most bootlegged ass version of all the original Digimon DVDs. Alright, rumor, EA could be looking to selling BioWare and other IPs following the Saudi acquisition. This would be a net positive. Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Mirror's Edge, Dead Space, and others would be way better off with their publishers and values and in great games than that train wreck that EA's been since 2012. Yeah, it is a thing that essentially they need to make money. Yeah, it's literally depression. The main villain is literally a thing called the D-Reaper that feeds off the depression of like a. I think she's like 8. If I'm not mistaken, she's like 8 or 10. But yeah. Anyway, they need to make a shit ton of money, so a lot of jobs are going to get cut and a lot of studios are going to get let loose. And I hope the studios are just let loose and not shut down. I hope the example that Microsoft set with like actually just letting studios go is followed more. That's one thing I will give a big positive on what they did with that. That they just let studios buy themselves out, even though they had to make giant cuts afterwards. But it is still cool they got to get their independence out of that. I hope more stuff like that happens often. Because a lot of those IPs would not do well under a Saudi government entity. I'll just put it that way. That makes me very happy. All right, now, this is something that I wanted to talk about because people were doomsday clocking the living ever shit out of this. Grand Theft Auto 6, an extended look, is coming exclusively to Netflix on October 27th at 12 p.m., 3 p.m. ET. So, the main reason why I brought this up to talk about is because a lot of people, like I said, were doomsdaying this because they think that this would be the start of other game-related content being paywalled.
But correct me if I'm wrong, isn't this the same thing that Riot did with the Arcane documentary where they put on YouTube and then later to Netflix? But
I
you can
don't
still
know.
watch it on YouTube?
That I honestly don't know. I didn't even know that existed, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
It's great. It's like an hour long. It's free on Riot's YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I think it's on the Blu-ray release too.
Okay. Gotcha. Maybe. But a lot of people were like, the big thing that came up was like, someone's like that the Game Awards is now going to get shoved onto a streaming service. Like, it makes so much fucking money off just being on YouTube. It would be almost dumb for them to paywall it because they would lose people that are going to watch it. Outside of a game show sketch, I can't see. Oh, it's not a Grand Theft Auto series, Heisers. They're showing a look at 5 exclusively on Netflix. And from the sounds of it, it's going to be available on other things later, which is what's weird to me.
So it'll probably be on like the Netflix YouTube channel or something.
Maybe. I don't know. This move is so weird to me because I'm going to guess. The thing about this is I'm going to guess this was not a move by Rockstar. This was something that Netflix approached them about.
Yeah, it does seem like something like that. Like they're probably thinking, hey, this game's gonna be pretty big. Why don't we do something?
Yeah, why don't we try to get people to come to our service through a sign-in, and hopefully they forget about it and keep signed on, because Netflix doesn't, or Rockstar doesn't need it. Their trailers and close looks would be perfectly fine just being on YouTube. In my opinion, this is more of a Netflix threw money at them.
I mean, Netflix, it sounds like basically like a version of like Hard Knocks, but for video games.
Yeah. So a lot of people were thinking that is greedy on Rockstar's part, which they accepted the deal, so there's that. But I honestly think this is more of a Netflix than going after them versus the other way around.
Yeah.
Because people, they have sold rumored to be 50 million pre-orders already, and they haven't shown gameplay. So they would not need this. But yeah, anyway, it's something that I think is being treated as way more of a bigger thing than it needs to be.
Brock, you don't say that the internet just blows things up out of proportion.
No, I haven't made a damn near weekly podcast for going on 94 episodes based on that almost damn near premise. All right, this is more of just a thing for me that I thought was really cool, and I can't wait. And the sons of bitches, S-Labs, I understand it, you're fine, but why did you have to release it at 9 o'clock? They're doing an 11-minute gameplay preview of everything for Phantom Blade, and they're releasing it at 9 o'clock my time. Pretty much when the podcast is done. Damn it. But Phantom Blade Zero info. Development is complete. Pre-orders will go live on August 11th at 7 p.m. P-time, that with 9, so when the trailer goes up. New 11-minute trailer on August 11th. Something unexpected on that date. For the love of God, be a playable demo. Please, God. There's no word on a physical release yet. It's not a Souls-like. There's no respawn of mobs. 3 difficulty options. 30 primary and 20 secondary weapons. A hand-drawn map a la Elden Ring. Over 1 million wish lists in just 15 days. And the release date is October 29th, 2026 on PS5 and PC.
Oh, hey, that's my birthday.
Nice. If you ain't doing anything on that day, you should, come over to my Twitch channel, because I'm not going to say something, but I'm probably going to be streaming the ever-living shit out of that. So if you want to watch somebody be really bad at it for probably a good 2 hours at the start of the stream, come on over!
Come on down, y'all.
Hey, do you guys remember when the CEO of Roblox was big all high and mighty going, hey guys, Roblox is going to make a bunch of people millionaires because they could just use our extremely child predatory sex ring to make their own video games.
How did that work out, Brock? How did that work? Did they make $1 million bajillion?
It's reported that Netflix or that Roblox has lost $70 billion in value as a company, but blames the lack of viral games.
Are you sure that's what...
The comedy writes itself. The amount of that's not how the Force works when it comes to this fucking game. And it's what's really sad. At this point, outside of being child predatory, I actually don't know what Roblox is at this point.
Yeah, I don't know much either. All I know is that, close. I didn't play it, but closing Club Penguin was a mistake. And fuck Disney for that.
Gosh, Club Penguin. Boy, my knees just busted in half. Good God.
Brock, one of the first MMOs I played was fucking Toontown.
Oh God, that's a name I haven't heard in forever.
No, you want to hear a name you haven't heard in forever? I saw a TikTok on this the other day. When did this game come out? I don't know if I don't know if any of you ever would have played this, DC. I played the shit out of this when I first came out on PS3. Release date. When did this come out? It originally came out in January 11th, 2011. That's right, 'cause it was 4 days after my birthday. DC Universe Online is still alive and well.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
And it still looks like what it did on the PS3.
Jesus H. Christ. I guess they have enough daily players. That is nuts. But actually, if Toontown, there is a fan version. They did hobble it together. They said, haha, cease and desist, be damned.
It's just so it's crazy to think the fact that RuneScape is still going as well, and the new RuneScape is going, and also old RuneScape is going. They literally, yeah, and I'm pretty sure the version of old looking RuneScape sells better. That was one of the. Do y'all remember when we had to go to the library to play our online games because we didn't have a computer at home? That's what I had to do. We had lock-ins at our library to play RuneScape. God, I'm old! That was back when I couldn't use the old internet on my computer because my sisters wanted to be talking to the boyfriends, and you couldn't be online playing the StarCraft if your sisters were talking to the boyfriends. Because that's how the internet used to work. I try to tell this to my nephews, and they think I'm full of shit. There's no way the internet wouldn't work if you were using a landline.
And let me tell you, when you saw a GIF or a 3D model rotating, that shit blew your mind.
Oh, when you were on MSN Messenger and you could program a special picture to come up off a word? I was reading the Da Vinci Code. It was crazy. Or I remember not just McDonald's. I just remember when they had playable kiosks in stores. Period. You had broken neck syndrome because they had the controller down here and the fucking TV up here, but it's crazy what they used to have. Ay, ay, ay. All right, hey. So, you remember when Xbox was doing good things and they weren't laying off all these employees and you shouldn't bitch at them, you should only bitch at PlayStation because PlayStation is the only one that does anything bad? So, remember when they said the layoffs of between 3,200 and 5,400 people at the estimates was going to be done in waves, some now and some later. And people were like, that's really weird. That doesn't make any sense. It actually does make a lot of sense now because immediately after Halo Combat Evolved came out, they laid off damn near half the studio.
Of course.
They're literally waiting for these games to get released before they lay off giant chunks of the studios that are releasing them. Because they're really great to their people, as everybody on Twitter tells me. They're the best gaming company that does nothing wrong.
You're a valued member of our company now. Please get the fuck out and collect your shit.
Yep. Get on out of here. You got what you needed. Why would you need to keep the Why do you need those workers? You mean you're going to make another game after that they could just be working on immediately? Oh, got it. Oh, also, it's still considerably better on PlayStation. and sold worse on Xbox. I can't imagine what free service would make people not want to buy games on an Xbox. It's almost like the same downfall keeps being repeated. Alrighty. That one I'm going to save for Kiona. But, alright, we are on to movie news. Mike, you start off. I am going to go get myself some more water.
Okay, so let's take a look at the box office because just look at these numbers.
Spider-Man is making lots of money!
So, in its second weekend, Spider-Man Brand New Day dropped 59.9%, but still made $144 million.
It's so impressive that it did a sub 60%. Like, I would have figured it would have been like, because it was so front loaded, like a near 70% drop. So the fact that it's still holding like sub 60 is like really impressive.
I want to compare that to Endgame's second weekend just to see something.
Okay.
Let's see. Original release. Domestic. Okay, yeah. So in Doomsday's second weekend, it dropped 58.7%.
Don't you mean Endgame? Unless you're from the future, Mike.
I am.
You know what, dude?
Yes, I meant Endgame, and it dropped lower. It had a smaller drop than Brand New Day, and it made more in its second weekend. That made 147 million. So,
Good lord.
yeah, that's like still pretty impressive. Also, the Odyssey. Let me see if that's ever dropped below 50. Nope, it hasn't.
Still trucking, because I know they've scheduled screenings for at least mid-September on like 70mm IMAX.
Someone mentioned also that it's kind of fucking crazy when you think about the amount of money that actually would have been made by Brand New Day if it had the opportunity to be shown right away in IMAX.
Wouldn't it bump like at least like 10% or more?
Something like that, because it's people like to forget the chokehold that the Odyssey had on IMAX screens. It's kind of crazy. And Crenton said point blank that this movie was shot to be seen in IMAX. And I've heard people say that it's legitimately like a different experience watching that fucking thing in IMAX.
Now the rest of the top 10 is just kind of boring because nothing really exciting came out this past weekend. But the funniest thing is at number 10 is something called Cat Video Fest 2026.
Okay. Opens Google. Where's my fucking mouse?
Ha, mouse.
Yeah. Cat Video Fest 2026.
I'm not kidding. It is a real thing that exists.
What in?
Let me see.
Give me a moment. This trailer's being watched.
Oh god, is this like the thing where they show like the cat videos on like a loop?
I think so.
I need to see this. This is just my TikTok feed. Oh. Wait, hold on. What did that say? Okay, that's actually really cool. I just saw at the end of it that every ticket gets proceeds to local shelters. That's actually really cool.
Okay, yeah, that is cool.
That is still what it would cost to make this movie. 2 cents?
Probably.
It probably just the pay for the rights clearances.
Yeah.
use the stuff.
I want to know how much money you would have to pay me. Like, hey man, how much money for the video of your cat knocking that cup off the counter? $100. Fine. My state is all new formats now. The only state that has my local one that we get a couple theaters of 70-inch IMAX. Here's the crazy part. Outside of a science video and like whatever, like 7th or 8th grade, I've never actually seen a movie in IMAX.
Really?
Yeah. I came damn close with one of the Avengers movies. I don't remember which one. I want to say it was Ultron.
I'll admit the only time I've ever seen like a modern movie in IMAX was when I saw Interstellar opening weekend.
Ooh.
Well, it's hard for me to see IMAX because originally there was two. There was a Dome IMAX that has since closed, and then over a little bit up there's the only IMAX in Pennsylvania that's 70 millimeter. But it's like weird because they replaced it with like a laser IMAX, but they're showing it in 70 millimeter. Like it was in the news for a little bit that it was actually like shut down, but they fixed the projector. Because I saw Beauty and the Beast's IMAX release at that theater.
My nearest one is 3.5 hours away. Someday I will have to do that. Saw Lightyear in IMAX. In the biggest shit in Ukraine right now. All right. So a topic that we don't need to discuss long on, but I'm glad a person that actually works as villains decided to post this. Gray Delisle responds to people who want to give Azula a redemption arc. Can we have a villain, please? All the villains are disappearing. They all have some backstory. I agree. Can we just have people that are pieces of shit? Like, I kind of miss a time when a villain was just an asshole.
Oh, then Brock, you're gonna love what I'm writing.
God.
Because, boy, we got some assholes there. Because I kind of miss that, too. Like, I'm all for, like... I mean, even with, like, Jean Grey, I mean, that's kind of like a redeemed villain or, like, you know, misunderstood. Yeah, but I'm like, can people just be, like, evil?
Yeah, but the thing with me is, like, there's a difference between a villain that gets redeemed versus a hero that was doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, like I think
which is what 90% of these are.
And you know the irony is, because I feel like they feel like Zuko is the villain, but you just described like Zuko's whole arc.
I cut you off, Mike. Go ahead.
I think a great example of what I want to see from Gray's request is specifically for the Disney movies. I think they have relied too much on either like the twist villain or just not having a villain at all, when I do kind of miss like your Jafars or Ursula.
Really the last Disney villain that falls under like that category of just being a villain is probably Mother Gothel.
Only irredeemable.
And even that is still like, she kind of has a little bit of that, like that. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not.
No. Unless you're well, actually, from like the vague like AU like post series, actually makes her like so much worse. She just kind of sucks because it's like, oh, not only did you abandon, not only did you kidnap one child, you abandoned your biological one.
Heisers, do you consider Ronan the Accuser redeemable?
No,
that is irredeemable. He said the only one that is irredeemable is Senator Kelly. So I brought up, do you then consider Ronan the Accuser redeemable?
Okay,
to me, that guy's just evil for the sake of being evil. He never cared about anything.
But also,
and people called him boring too. I remember that, and like the last time I rewatched the first Guardians movie.
Heisers, did you not watch Guardians?
Maybe he just doesn't remember.
Okay. But
I
that's
mean,
another reason, though. People then call villains boring because they don't have tragic backstories and they're just evil. Also, speaking of Guardians again, High Evolutionary. That guy didn't have any good redeeming qualities. He was just an evil dude. Come to think of it, almost all of the Guardians villains aren't redeemable.
Oh yeah, Mr. Like, oh, by the way, I gave your mom cancer.
By the way, hi Eli. Yeah, it's... Here's the thing. Because this is going to bring up the best example of why I think people think all villains need to be redeemed, when realistically a lot of time that redeemed villain wasn't evil in the first place. They were just misguided and they actually had good ideals. Is a show that actually genuinely basically had no villains in it. And Mike's know what I'm going to say. Gurren Lagann basically doesn't have an actual villain in it.
Yep.
Viral was told what to do by the Spiral King because he wanted to keep all the people underground. The Spiral King kept all the people underground because he knew they would be eradicated by the anti-Spiral if they got above ground. Then the anti-Spiral was only trying to keep the populations in check to keep the Spiral Nemesis from coming out, so every time you hit a villain in that show, it was one of them just doing the right thing because they were being pansies and didn't want to try and be a true hero, and they were taking the easiest way out to try and protect everyone. So realistically, there was no villains in that show, it was just misguided heroes. When you really go down to it...
Also, Multifan brought up a pretty good example from Andor.
I have not seen Andor, so I can't say. A villain who could also have a tragic backstory and good ideals would still be irredeemable asshole because they choose to double down. Absolutely! 100%! 100%! They could have something go wrong, have good ideals and all that. And again, I don't remember who came up with it, but the best version of a villain is someone who genuinely believes they're doing the right thing.
I mean, if you want to go read an example, and this is, again, why media literacy is dead, fucking Eren Yeager.
Yeah!
He is the main villain of that story, and I can't believe people don't see that!
He is the main villain of that story, and he partially, at points, makes himself the main villain at the end, because what's his name? Isayama? Isayama openly admitted that he dialed back partially on Eren at the end to make it so that he made himself the villain so his friends could go all that. But Eren is literally, like, people like to make Hitler comparisons of other things. He was just destroying people for the sake of it. He killed 80% of the population of the Earth, and you're like, he was justified. No, he fucking wasn't!
Like, even, like, Haji, sort of, like, staring at the screen saying, there is no justification to genocide. Like, literally in the text of the show.
Yeah! Like, I fucking love that show to death, and I think it's a damn near perfect form of, like, media. Eren made himself a villain so that his friends could look better when they took him down. And that was how it partially played out in the end.
But also, Eren's fucking crazy! Like, that's the point! Like, even before he had Titan powers, and, the time...
he fucking murdered like 5 people.
Yes, the kid was a psychopath. There was no scenario where Eren Yeager grew up to be a well-adjusted human being.
Yes, exactly. And now you could go into the fact where he's been, if you believe in the time cycle version of all this, you could also do the time cycle and then not murder those 5 people. So
hang on, that brings up another point that I brought up back when Obsession was like still
Emperor
playing in
Bellows
theaters.
From the Owl House. That is a good example.
Yeah, that is a good one.
That's going to bring up something else. Mike, make your point, but I need to remember Bellows. Go ahead.
Okay. So the protagonist in a story doesn't have to be the hero, nor does the antagonist have to be the villain. The protagonist is just the perspective from which you're seeing the story play out.
that is another good point, and that's why people that watch Attack on Titan and hate Gabby as much as they do are fucking morons.
The biggest fucking morons.
Because Gabby is literally your side, but you're watching it happen to you. That's the same thing with Abby and The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
It is what happened with you coming back at you, and you're like, she's a soulless bitch. You had no reason to do that. You're cheering it on when it's your side doing it! Anyway, with Bellows, that is another thing that I hate in media with this reject villain thing. I am perfectly okay with, like, say, Batman's no-kill rule. Like, he's whatever. At the end of at the end of the Owl House, Luce is not some cold-hearted, like, murdering bitch that's like wants to kill Bellows, do all this other stuff. She never was. She was a person that wants to like just end all this stuff so that her friends can live peacefully and she can have a good life. She just wants all of this stuff to end so that she can pursue the stuff at the school, all that. That's what she wants. At the very end, Bellows is down. He is defenseless. And he is needing to be taken out. That's the only way the story is ending well, if someone kills Bellows. And then Luce, when she's on top, he's like, Luce, you're a good person. You wouldn't do this. You need to just stop this. You wouldn't hurt me. And then she cowers away. And then Edda and Lilith and who's the other? Can't remember who the third one is. They go, yeah, but we're not. And they stomp him to death. It is perfectly okay for your main villain that has qualms about killing people to be like, I don't want to do this. That will turn you different, Luce, if you kill them. It will not turn us different because we already have that dog in us. We will fucking do it so you stay the same. That needs to be done more often. We need to stop going, well, I let you get away again because No. You let crazy Uncle Carl come over and murder that motherfucker because he doesn't have qualms about it and you do. That's different. We need to do that more often in media.
Yes.
See Poison Ivy, who's now essentially a reformed villainess. That's right, because, and again, she's a person in a shitty situation who was doing the right thing for the wrong reason. Let Jason Todd murder the Joker. Exactly. I'm very okay with that, and I would love versions of where that would have happened. Speaking of that, Batman Cape Crusader. Eli, I am glad you're in here because I don't know if you might shoot me for saying this take. I have watched now this second season is done. This is, for me, in Batman media, like, it will never overtake it, but this is just minor steps behind the animated series for me. For how fucking good this is.
I agree. And part of the reason why is because, yes, even though Bruce Timm is like the guy like who came up with this, he's also
Eli, you have to watch it. It's so fucking good.
Yes, Umbreon, I do nag when I genuinely believe in things that you have to watch because this is one of those shows you have to watch.
It's really good.
But what I was saying is, like, even though like Bruce Timm is like the guy behind this, he's also to a certain degree injecting the least amount of his
Timmisms.
Yes.
Yeah, like at least for this, to me, he's just more the Batman whisperer.
Which, when he's doing just that, he's really good at it. Because this does not... This has all of the pieces of Batman media that you would expect in it. But they are inserted in ways that I have never seen an animated show do it. And yet, every time they do one they've never done, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'd like to see more episodes of you doing that character that way. Absolutely. Because the writing's good.
Mm-hmm.
And the one that just tickled me fucking pink in this episode because I'm like, you have to justify the name for some reason. They've done a lot of them where, like, Mike, the Mad Hatter lady, it's something Tetch. What's her first name?
Hattie Tetch.
Hattie Tetch. They have the Mad Hatter of the Gotham News. She's just a woman that looks like the Mad Hatter, but it's something Tetch and like something Day. It wasn't Julian Day. Was it Gregory Day?
Julian Gregory.
Julian Gregory. They called him Calendar Man, not because he was the Calendar Man villain, but because he was basically a borderline autistic accountant that worked for Rupert Thorne, and he remembered dates really well, and he needed him to testify, so they nicknamed him the Calendar Man. And, like, there's in the show, they have the Riddler in it, but they just refer to him as Eddie. Like, the entire time. They don't say Nigma until the last episode that he's in. And he is a gun-happy fucking psychopath who maybe tells, like, two riddles. My favorite thing that tickled me pink that I was getting at is I'm like, I need you to call him Riddler at one point, and I need to hear your version of it. Do you know why they call him the Riddler? And because he's so gun-happy, he riddles so many people to death with bullets. So they call him the Riddler.
I'm glad you said it, because that was going to be my point.
It's so good. Like, whoever came up with that idea, I just want to...
Also, I was wrong about something, and Cameron actually corrected me. So in episode 7, the daughter of the flower shop guy
is Thorn, not Poison Ivy.
Yep.
Yes. I had no idea who Thorn was until I watched the show.
Yeah, apparently she's like an old school Flash villain.
Yeah. Also, Bree doesn't know this because she wasn't reviewing the episodes with us. I was going on and on about how somebody on the X-Men 97 cast, like, really likes Polaris. Because she is very attractive in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, Godspeed to you. I never had a crush on Polaris in the past. I do now. That is a lot of woman. The same is to be said, because somebody really badly wanted to draw a dominatrix redhead with a green color scheme to him and it not be Poison Ivy, and that beautiful man made Thorn in this show, and... whoo! That is a good-looking woman! We will give our thoughts on Season 2 when it is done. So that'll be next week's podcast. I want to have that be a whole... but it's good.
Yes.
And people need to shut the fuck up with their thoughts on it being boring and not well written because you're dumbasses that are media literate and need explosions in your face every 2 seconds. I very much love how they're just like, here's Batman things, A and B, put them together. Why did you say that like... oh god, I could use a hot dog real bad. Oh, it's so good. Could use a hot dog real bad. I don't know why I said that like Jennifer Coolidge.
Eli, it's Hamish Linklater from Midnight Mass.
He's just so good. He's doing an impersonation, in my opinion, of Batman from... oh, Mike, help me. What's that old school Justice League movie?
Which one?
Where he gives the speech to Manhunter about all he needs is a book of matches. What? It's
It's not Crisis on Two Earths, is it?
No, New Frontier. Thank you.
That's
yes,
the one.
New Frontier. Yeah, it feels like he's doing a version of that guy, but like not as growly a little. It's really good. It's really, really good. But like they do such weird, like you get Oh shit! He's normally a Nightwing villain in the first episode. Blockbuster. Like, I thought that was going to be their version of Solomon Grundy, but no, it was Blockbuster. They just had him show up in a certain way. And then, like, you have in the first season, they have the orphanage with Little Dicky, Carrie, Jace, and Stephanie. So, like, 4 of the Robins are just there in this orphanage. And then you have Carrie show up again. But Carrie's super obsessed with the
Gray Ghost.
With the Gray Ghost. So because she helped save Batman once and wants to be a hero, she's just going out past curfew and being the Gray Ghost. Like, that's never been a thing before, but that's such a cool idea because they're not trying to, like, follow an exact line of a Batman comic before. They're just doing stuff.
What this is it's more or less like an Elseworlds where like they've taken like very specific versions of these characters, and yes, we will get to that one in a minute.
Yes.
But like they're taking very specific versions of these characters in a very specific setting, but it still feels like Batman.
Yes. The thing that I think I appreciate about this the most, and you basically just said it, I feel like they went, this is the time period we're going for. Every character we introduce has to fit this time period. We're not making them feel out of place. Unless we can make them feel like they belong exactly in here, they're not going in here. Like Mr. Zero instead of Mr. Freeze. Like that weird fucking, like, making sculptures out of people as an art piece. Like, it's all
by the way, for those who don't know, the character began as Mr. Zero before.
Yes. It's so, every episode I don't know what they're going to do. It's one of those things where, like, generally when you watch a Batman cartoon, or like a Spider-Man cartoon or a Superman cartoon, for the most part, you could kind of telegraph that once a certain couple of characters get introduced, how certain storylines are going to flow because those said characters exist. Mm-hmm. I never had that in any episode that I've been watching of this. And also they had, what's the Bat Demon?
Oh, Barbados.
Barbados. They had just people just claiming worshipping Barbados and how Batman was the Avatar and like this thing and all that, and it's so good. And like even their version of the Joker, it's the most subdued version of the Joker I think we've ever gotten.
Probably the scariest version of the Joker, and yeah. I was jokingly referring to him as like the Joker if written and performed by Werner Herzog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Like, Mr. One of the songs over there. Life is depressing. You should go kill yourself.
Yes. They are not like us, brother. They are different. When you started calling them, like, when are you becoming a Metal Gear Solid villain? Like, what is happening with this Joker? I love it. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that this Batman, every now and then, he's not going to kill someone. He's not afraid to maim someone every now and then, though.
Yep.
Like, he's a bit more... I didn't love season 1 as much as y'all. I don't like the time period as much, but I guess I'll finish it. That's one thing I will say. The writing in this show is like a 13 out of 10, in my opinion. But if you do not like this time period, you're not going to like this show. You're just not.
Ooh. Multi-fan, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. That is actually basically kind of the same thing with your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. They're like, here's all the pieces of a Spider-Man story. We're not going to do them the same way. We're going to have, like, his best friend be a random member of the Runaways. We're going to have 2 mutants just be in his class. Like, it's, yeah. To be frank, the Arkham series Batman was pretty much maiming people in that game. He was killing people in that game. But they just like, no, he's just asleep right now. When you dropped him from 20 stories on his neck and then shoved his, like, unconscious body into an open electrical panel. those games, man. It's the Spider-Man games on PS4 as well. Because, like, they have moments where Spider-Man will basically Hurricane Rana somebody, grab by their head, whip them in the air, web zip the ground, and then pile drive them from 30 feet up right on their neck.
He's just taking a nap right now.
He's just taking a nap.
Don't worry, he's fine.
They'll do that. But then in this same game, and I don't know if Eli, if you've ever noticed it, if you've ever thrown someone off a building, watch their body. They'll never hit the ground. Eventually, as soon as they get close to a building, a web will come out of their back and zip them to the wall so they don't hit the floor. It's the most anti-kill thing ever. I saw the webbing that you mentioned when they fall off buildings. You talk. Okay. I didn't remember if I mentioned on the podcast. It's so funny. It was just like no, we'll let you pile drive from 50 feet up and break their neck in half. But nah, fall off a building? Nah, I ain't doing that. You guys also like My Adventures from Superman.
We will talk about that next week.
Yes.
Because I believe this Saturday is the season finale. Actually, yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, on our next episode of Renegade Pop Culture, not the one that's coming up, but the one that we're recording next week, we will be talking about X-Men 97 and My Adventures with Superman Season 3.
Mike, you're a bigger Dragon Ball fan than me. And by that, I mean you are a Dragon Ball fan. Like, I have nothing against it. There's parts of how the storytelling goes that just fucking drive me bonkers. Z, anyway. But, I had someone kind of ask me, because they're like, you like superheroes and stuff like that, and they were watching My Adventures with Superman. And I saw a clip of a certain character from the future coming back to the past and then cutting a certain villain directly in half with a sword in a certain way that perfectly mirrors a certain scene from a certain show. And then I'm being told story points about certain characters. Are they just doing the Android and Cell saga in My Adventures with Superman with Superman characters?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little like, so it's more like how Steven Universe took the concept of fusion from Dragon Ball and kind of made it its own thing. Okay. My Adventures with Superman is doing that for like the Android saga, but like combining it with elements of the Death of Superman.
Okay.
And also whoever designed Supergirl, the art director, really likes Android 18.
Oh, yep. I caught that right off the jump. They even have her wearing her clothes, for Christ's sake, in one of the episodes. She just has the jacket, the white shirt, and the jeans, and I'm like, you have...
They know.
Man,
they know.
They know what they're doing. And hey, might be my favorite Kara design. Ain't gonna lie. It's up there. I'll beat that drum. I know I've said it 100 times. My other favorite one is probably the Batman Superman Apocalypse. But
yeah.
Basically everything.
And also the first, version of Kara that's probably unironically autistic.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, we got a couple of things here before we get on to the old movie. Oh, we got more than I remember we have in here. All right, anyway. So, Chris Evans confirms that Steve Rogers' codename in Avengers Doomsday script was Luke Cage. Within the script, my character was called Luke Cage and in case things got leaked. On the call sheet, I was called Luke Cage. Even on set, they said Luke Cage is traveling. It was a lockdown thing. Here's something. I want to know what everybody else's names were, because, like, if only his name was redacted, what else was going to happen if that script got leaked? Luke Cage is talking to, what's Sam? Damn it, what's his name? From Iron Man 2. Justin Hammer. Like, Luke Cage then threw Mjolnir at Justin Hammer, and and then Obadiah Stane looked at Loki and went, ha ha! I would love to know the mad bonkers of this, where a scene supposedly got leaked. like an unedited version of a scene that very clearly looks like it's made with AI got leaked. But yeah, anyway.
Speaking of AI,
Speaking of AI,
Oh yeah,
I actually
like
kind of
slop.
love this, if I'm going to be really honest with you. Roku, of all channels and all things, it had to be Roku, has started a 24/7 channel that plays only AI slot movies.
Yeah.
The channel also runs AI generated ads for various companies.
I mean, it wasn't gonna be my queen Tubi TV. No. No, but like, hope you enjoy that fucking slop. Like, I'm kind of hoping if we're following end stage capitalism logics that this means the end is near.
Like, I hope that somehow this was done ironically, where they're like, hey, do you want to see how bad this is? Do you see the random blobs clipping together when they're trying to have a scene, and how that character has 17 eyeballs and 5 hands? The part that's funny is I want to know how these AI generated these AI generated ads go. Because this is just like at Mark 15, make an ad for McDonald's. Because, like, I would love to know how that would go, or if they made the advertisement already and then it goes on. I want it to be, all right, we're really feeling Taco Bell. God, I hope that doesn't end up racist. Play it. Like, what are we? I want that to be it.
now I'm just imagining the scene from that SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob catches the ugly, and Patrick is like, look at it,
Look at it.
Look at it!
it!
How do you know we're 90s kids? Because the first thing that comes to our mind to reference is fucking SpongeBob.
I actually made a SpongeBob reference earlier today. Let me just. This is actually like kind of relevant to this topic. Actually, like unironically. All right, let me get Mr. Seabiscuit here. All right, there he is.
No, Patrick, your favorite character can't survive for the love of the game. Artist needs money and health. There's the amount of times where at work I have had to say, because like we work with a lot of drivers that drop off product for us, we have to park them in certain areas, and I have to direct her like, "You're good, you're good, you're good, you're good." And how bad as the commercial will be, and how many fingers will Ronald have in the commercial? The worst part, like, isn't Ronald like not even a part of McDonald's advertisements for like a decade now?
something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess other than Ronald McDonald House, at least in the United
Puff out those
States,
scratches, yes. Don't
like
forget the
maybe
episode where
in
they
Japan
3D print.
it's still a thing. I think in Japan he's still a thing, but like
Of course
not
it
in
would be.
America.
Like, I want it to be like McDonald's advertisement, and then like brep, freaking Ronald comes out. No, cancel it.
Yeah, it'd be actually like really horrifying is if they brought back Ronald, but they, had like the prompt be imitate the style of the Class B Cupo like animated
God.
VHSs that you bought
Oh,
with
God.
your Happy Meal for like $4.99.
Oh God. What did I do? What did I do? What did I? I thought I had another David Ellison thing on here. Anyway, so David Ellison has agreed to sign written contracts with movie theater chains that will guarantee he'll release 30 movies a year if Paramount buys Warner Brothers.
You know what this is? This is David Ellison's Please Clap.
Yeah, he also had one on here, and I think I deleted it on accident, that he's threatened to take the companies out of California if the deal isn't signed.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, Jan. He's also trying to, like, oh man, there's another thing of trying to get, like, a plea deal to get this thing taken down, but, oh god. It's something. Ellison. Hey. Alright, so, Life is Strange adaptation will disappoint some gamers, says series co-creator. The show, like the 2015... I always love that they call it this action puzzle title. It's not. Follows Max, a photography student who discovers she can rewind time while saving the life of her childhood best friend Chloe. As struggles to understand a new skill, the pair investigate the mysterious disappearances of a fellow student and uncover a dark side of their town that will ultimately force them to make impossible life or death choices that will impact them forever, reads an official description of the series. In the original Life is Strange game, the decisions that the players made dictated what happens with Max and Chloe in the TV series won't have the same freedom. The creators said they need to choose a canon series of events. No matter how we skin the cat, we're going to disappoint some people who have chosen something different. Mike Goldberg, co-founder and producer of Story Kitchen, said on the In the Lab podcast, most games that are choice-driven, but Life is Strange is very much a multi-choice in nature, and that's always the challenge. We're taking an engaged, lean-forward, interactive experience, and now we're going to give a passive go on a passive lean back. How we will still make it is still rewarding and fresh, but if you've already played it, you don't want to sit back and watch it. Charlie Cowell made sure to pay through the Life is Strange franchise. He has added with the team and worked closely with Square Enix on the adaptation. It's at the level of thought and care, otherwise you shouldn't do it. As a kid, I was pissed you couldn't actually meet Ronald. They were Happy Meal toys, not even joke. Whoa, what did I miss here? Apropos of nothing, I know when I worked at McDonald's, and we had corporate people coming in. They had a bunch of us working and cleaning the places. This old man who came in every morning for a coffee would say, "Are you preparing for Ronald's visit?" They did, and they were Happy Meal toys. They were direct video. Yeah, but I understand what he's trying to say, and I get it, because it's like, some people are going to be pissed because they didn't do this choice or that, and there's some that are very big, like, a death of a very important religious character in the show is depending on if you paid attention to stuff earlier in her life when you trying to save her from being bullied when she wants to commit suicide. So, like, that's a really big thing where, like, for the first time in the game, your powers don't work, so you have to actually talk her out of it. And, like, there's some very heavy shit that happens at the end that, like, the entire game as itself is not hard to adapt. It really isn't. You literally need, like, Chloe's house, the school, the junkyard, 2 whales, and random set wherever you want. There's realistically, like, 4 locations in the entire fucking game that you mainly visit, and then, like, offsets you'll have to use, like, 1 or 2 times. So it'll basically be just what they choose, and I'm going to bet my ass that at the end they're going to choose what most people did. But if they continue to adapt these games, the choice they make at the end of this one won't matter if they ever get to adapting the last game, because there's a very split ending where whether you choose to save something or save another thing, that very much splits a timeline with 2 drastically different changes. The one they want you to do is the harder choice, obviously, which I feel they're going to do.
Probably.
And it would be more thematic if they do it that way, in my opinion. But then later on, Max gets an add-on to her powers that splits a timeline, and then at the end, she puts those 2 timelines back together. In the game after that, you get a world where both of those choices were made at the end of the first game. So both things got saved, and you didn't have to sacrifice one or the other. And memories of either start coexisting. It's actually a really cool way that they mash together all of Life is Strange to get you the kind of perfect ending if you played the game right. So I get it, but you're just going to have to be happy with whatever they choose for that. This makes me continue without disabling deadline. This made me very happy because it's got the future of something I care about dearly. Manga producer Viz Media inks a deal with the Gotham Group to develop film and TV adaptations based on its original IP, which it's just going to be basically everything that they have in their comics lines, but the main basic one that everybody brought up is Ruby. So they'll now have someone handling and helping with the adaptations and getting stuff out and stuff like that. So you're probably going to get a lot more from Ruby than you expected, which makes me happy because it's a good IP that was doing good things. It's just that people don't get what they want and then they get pissy.
Of course.
And then, as soon as freaking Zaslav found out that Rooster Teeth existed, it was going to get shut down, and that's exactly what happened. but I've never heard of the Gotham group before. But I mean, as long as they actually give them funding and don't fuck with them too much, I could be happy with that. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Paddington 2 creators, Paul King and Simon Farnaby, were once asked to make a Star Wars film by Lucasfilm and Disney. Their concept would have focused on a droid and is now being reworked into a standalone sci-fi movie. I've not seen any of the Paddington films, so I don't know if that's a good.
They're good.
They are.
I've heard they're very good.
Paddington 2 especially is like it is peak cinema.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard very good things. And it's not against it, I've just never sat down and watched them. Disney and TikTok have announced a new deal that will bring select fan-made TikTok videos to Disney Plus. Creators who opt in...
You mean we're inviting scabs?
Yeah. Creators who opt in will gain assets from Disney's vast library of movies and TV shows to create TikToks from. So, do you know what this sounds like they're outright replacing? Do you remember the dumb fucking AI program thing they wanted to do a while back that disappeared?
Yep.
But it's like actual influencers, unlike most people like who make fan edits on TikTok, just pirate that shit. So I'm like, Disney's courting to no one.
They're courting to the people that want to make money. Which a lot of stupid people will do anything for money. But some people just won't pay me enough. I'll do stupid things. I'm kidding. Alright. Sadie Sink says Jean Grey's actions in Spider-Man Brand New Day were totally justified given her complicated backstory. Giving Jean a backstory is really important, especially given her actions in the film. She's very flawed. You're meeting her at a strange point because I don't think she is someone who wants to harm, but she herself has been harmed, so that's all she knows. So giving her that backstory and a motive behind her actions is really powerful. They told me that I was the villain, but that you're not actually the villain, which is how I played her. I don't really want to lean into this bad guy aura because in her brain it's totally justified, which, I mean, I agree, I think it is. Which...
yeah, makes sense.
Would agree. It's kind of the thing we went on earlier. She's realistically not a villain, she's just a good person that got dealt a shitty hand. And also, people tried telling me that Sadie Sink in this movie was just playing Max again.
No, I don't think so at all. Like, her cadence was entirely different.
Yeah, I don't think you guys saw Stranger Things. Also, her character was not like that. At all.
No,
nope.
Like, especially if you're basing off the latter seasons, like, it's like complete opposite.
Yeah, Colin, that's the exact same thing that I kept telling people. Everyone's like, the Jean we know would never act like this. The Jean you know got her set straight by the professor. And like, got
like
into a
that's the whole point.
She's
not the Jean you know. So yeah, no, she would not act like that.
Yes. I was hoping at the end she would meet Xavier, but Eli,
no.
She's just on
going
the bus
upstate
on her way
to New York. No. The only reason they don't show him is because they have not cast him yet. That's the only reason why.
They did everything but play the X-Men intro theme from the animated series. Hate him and despise him. She needed him. Yeah, exactly. If they would have had someone cast, that would have been the end credit scene. Would have been her rolling up and talking to Xavier. That's what it would have been.
Yeah, that would have been like the mid credit scene.
Or if they want to be really cool, they could have did what the Eternals did and used Blade so well that when he showed up in the fucking end credit scene, that I had to search who the fuck said that because I didn't know it was Mahershala Ali. Blade's only fucking role in a live-action Marvel movie for the MCU that is not Wesley Snipes is a line said off camera in an end credit scene. And they put him in there. Why? Because the Blade guy knows about swords?
God.
That made me want to put a hole in the wall.
As much as I love that movie, I do not like that post-credit scene.
It's so dumb. All right, we're now on to our discussion topics here. D23 is coming this weekend. What announcements do you think we'll hear, if any, regarding Marvel, Lucasfilm, Pixar, and Muppets? I was really thinking we were going to hear the X-Men cast until the guy who was supposedly offered Beast backed out, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. But also, if I'm being honest, as cool as it would be for Charles Melton to play Beast, I don't think Marvel losing him is that big of a deal. But also, there are other choices for Beast that I probably would like instead.
They could get someone, and again, he's going to be depending on how they do it. Because Bree said it the other day, and I do very much agree. I believe they're going to do the original lineup.
Mhm.
It's just if they're actually going to make Beast look like what he did with like the enlarged hands and the enlarged feet and all that, or if they're going to make him look like Beast right away. That's legitimately the only question mark I have about that entire thing. So other than that, yeah, it's just going to be waiting a bit. And I mean, they could still introduce the rest of the cast if they really want to, if they have it or how they do. 'Cause everything is just rumor at this point, outside of basically Samara Weaving, who's been borderline confirmed as much as you can confirm it. But yeah, it's whatever it is. I think you might finally see if it's as far along enough to do it, maybe a trailer for Starfighter. Is that what it's called?
Oh, yeah. Now would be a good time to give maybe a teaser trailer.
Maybe. Especially considering you just announced that those two are going to be making another movie for Marvel. Because it's Gosling and Sean, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that same team is just going to be. I would imagine that was part of the reason even why Sean's directing the Ghost Rider movie.
Oh no, that's exactly why. Because someone at Disney, well, it could have been Feige just being invited to the set one day and just said, "Oh yeah, no, I like this. Let's let's have lunch," and then Ghost Rider happened.
Yeah, because it could be the same situation like Deadpool Wolverine. Because of Ryan, Sean was directing that movie. I'd imagine with that was like they might have gotten Ryan first, and then they're like, we don't know who the director's going to be, and then they saw their chemistry, whatever, and they could have had it be the same thing with Ryan going, why don't I just have him do it? And then Sean going, oh yes, me as a talented director loves money. God, employment! How dare you approach me with such things?
Yeah, I just helped directed a lot of the episodes of one of the most critically, acclaimed and popular series of the decades. Oh, my movie made over $1 billion. Oh no.
I am too, Heisers. That Starfighter series actually is genuinely making me excited. I don't know what else we could get from Pixar and the Muppets. So that's basically all I got.
The only Muppet announcement that would make me happy is, Disney finally stops dragging its heels and fucking greenlights the series, because they just opened the revamp of Rock and Roller Coaster, which is apparently, has been going really well. It's a really nice revamp of that. And they had the Muppets at the World Cup. It would be really fucking weird if it was anything but that.
You know what? I somehow want Jeff Keighley involved. I don't know how, but he's been giving the most love to the Muppets for the past 5 years more than Disney has.
It would actually be kind of funny if
yeah.
It would actually be kind of funny if when they do that presentation, if they're doing that Jeff Keighley comes on stage and everyone's like, Jeff, what are you doing here?
It's like, wait, this isn't the Game Awards? Because I think it was 2 years ago at the Game Awards, Statler and Waldorf just roasted him for 3 minutes, and it was some of the funniest shit. Because he was like, every comment on YouTube where someone's made fun of me, yeah, just say it. I don't care. Roast me. It was so good. Oh.
Oh, it'd be the ultimate plot twist. Instead of saying, "Hey, Seth Rogen, you did a good job. We'll produce the rest of your Muppet series." They have Jeff come up and they announce a Muppet game, and then the game never comes out.
That would be sick. That would be. It's read along with Beaker. That's just all it is.
Me.
Or they
Me.
now it's would oh my gosh would not Rock Band. Was there ever a version of Rock Band, but it was just singing?
I
don't think so.
don't think so.
So I was about to say, like, announce a version of that with just Beaker. No! Announce you're making a Sims game with Beaker. That'd be borderline perfect, because they talk in Simlish. SingStar. Okay, I guess there was one.
You know what would be good, unironically, if they did an Electric Mayhem, like, rhythm game.
Ah. And then have Beaker and an animal.
Well, because they already have some of this rights, because the Electric Mayhem have actually been doing live concerts. I think there's an actual band with them. But they're performing shit like Blur's, like, Song 2. And it unironically kind of slaps.
I don't know why. I just imagine Beaker singing Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz for some reason.
And then somehow he explodes.
Yeah, he explodes when Dell comes out.
I don't know if I'm sleep deprived or what, but oh my gosh, that'd be so fucking funny.
Heisers, please. I know you could do it. Just do the part of, like, suddenly I'm coming out of my cage and Beaker just explodes in, like, a horrific death of, like, blood and, like, felt.
Then who would be the guy singing that part, though, to him? No, who's the eagle?
Sam the Eagle?
Sam Eagle. Finally,
Suddenly,
someone let me out of my
cage. Because we have freedom in America.
Whoever can Photoshop. We're drawing nothing. If you could draw the scene of them singing the Gorillaz, the Clint Eastwood music video with Beaker and Sam Eagle, I would pay you so much. Colin, you mean Hocus Pocus by Insane Clown Posse?
Oh my god.
You know, the real thing, this would be in a total Electric Mayhem song, is if Electric Mayhem covered Miracles, which they would unironically do.
I can even just, like, picture Dr. Teeth saying, fucking magnets.
That's how they work. That's what I was
Fucking
thinking.
magnets. How do they work? It's right there in the air. It's all around us. It'll blow your fucking mind.
I'm glad we all had the same thought. We all had, like, the same thought. We just
One of my favorites. The group isn't together anymore, but, like, Pat and Wooly still do stuff. The Super Best Friends Play used to have a podcast. It was just a Super Best Friends Play podcast. But, like, for those that don't know, there's, like, secret Christian meaning behind some of the Insane Clown Posse songs, like, in a weird way. And then Pat and Wooly were going into this whole thing talking about how the Insane Clown Posse is, like, secretly Christian. And he's going on this loud tirade, and Matt is in the corner just losing his mind. And he's like, there is no juggalos in Jerusalem! What are we...
It may be in your mind, but in our hearts there are.
There are. It's one of my favorite out-of-context quotes from that podcast ever.
I mean, did you know, Brock, that when Jesus rode into Jerusalem, the juggalos were right behind him?
They were, with their hatchets going. What the fuck is this podcast?
This is the best tangent we've ever been. Anyway, Disney, bring back the Muppets.
Disney, bring back the Muppets and bring back the
You
Insane Clown
cowards!
Posse. Bring back the Insane Clown Posse. Bring them in. Musical guests. You're going to have the Gorillas first, followed by Insane Clown Posse. Next,
Hey, it's not impossible. Look, if the Gorillas somehow performed on SNL the first time, and what the first song that they
God,
do
I'm
isn't the
crying.
new song, they just do Clint Eastwood live.
Yes. And then Feel Good Incorporated, because nobody seems to remember that they have other songs. Like Rhinestones, I think it's called. That was really good. It's only used by TikTok addicts now, but you guys got anything else as far as D23?
For everything else, I honestly just kind of want to be surprised. Like
You know,
we'll get
Marvel
we'll-
related, really?
They'll probably
Outside
just
of maybe X-Men.
they'll probably just focus on like Doomsday, Vision Quest, probably, because that's coming up in October.
Oh, the one thing that I'm like so mad that, I mean, they have it in Florida, but that I'm not closer to Disneyland, is they have the stupid Hatbox Ghost like popcorn bucket, and it looks really good. Like, that's like the one popcorn bucket exception I will make.
Yeah.
Because apparently in park it's only $28, but if you buy on the eBay reseller, because Disney scalpers are literally from Satan's asshole, it'll be like 94 to like 125.
This whole portion of the podcast reminds me of the Zach Galifianakis joke where you went Barry Manilow and then you love the It does.
I mean, I can see the, cross paths on the Venn diagram.
People who have never watched Between Two Ferns with Zach Galifianakis, God, please go. It's so good. You're into which scalpers aren't from Satan's asshole? Not many. All right. As far we were going to talk a little bit about X-Men casting rumors. The only one that seems to be basically guaranteed, or at least there's two of them, is supposedly Kit Connor as Scott Summers, and then Samara Weaving as Emma. I'm trying to look up the freaking names of all the people that they had lined up for everybody else.
The only one I remember off the top of my head right now is, I think it's Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister.
Adam Driver has been rumored from everyone from Mr. Sinister to fucking Nightcrawler at this point. But if he was going to be someone, I would like him as Mr. Sinister.
Actually, no, I take that back. He was actually rumored to be Sebastian Shaw.
I wouldn't be against that either.
All right, well, if we are doing the original X-Men lineup, I mean, who plays Bobby?
I don't know.
Ooh. Good question.
Well, we could think on that. The rumor for Rogue is Kaylee Spaney. I really like that. Really, really, really like that.
I need to see someone spicier to play Rogue.
I think she could pull off spicy. I'm not gonna lie. We'll wait.
She can.
We'll wait and see. Again, it's gonna see how young they're gonna make these characters.
Yeah, true.
Because if it's older, we could get some other stuff.
The other
Centineo was Iceman. Take it over for Kiona, who's not here. He'll be back next week.
The other rumor that I'm kind of seeing floating around is Hunter Shaver as Mystique. I think would be great.
Indy has talked multiple.
Yeah, Indy Neverready.
She's said multiple times that she's spoken with the director. So
yeah, so she might be one of those in the running to play Rogue.
Yeah. There's one where everybody band together here. I saw a thing on the internet. I've never seen a person speak for the Wii that is not a part of the Wii ever as much as this announcement. I saw someone and it said X-Men and I saw a picture of Jensen Ackles.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
And they went, all of us Jensen Ackles fans know that we really want him to play Magneto.
First of all, why?
Is the we in the room with us? I've never heard anybody ever anywhere be like, yeah, Jensen Ackles Magneto. Literally no one. No! No! What are we doing? No! I love Jensen Ackles. No!
That is the most 2 + 2 = fish casting I've ever heard.
That's actually really good. Ah, what's his name? Colton
Haynes.
Colton Haynes. Yeah. Give it a gay actor to play Bobby out of respect for his character. The guy who played Arsenal would actually be a good choice. He is a guy that still looks shockingly young for his age. So it depends on what age they put these people at. He would actually... Eli, that's a really good shout. He would be really good at that. And if they want to get some relatively no-name people, that would not be bad. He'd actually be really good. I forgot that he was straight. That's right. Oh yeah, he did come out around that whole time. I forgot about that. Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. A lot of people in that Arrow cast I would love to see do a lot more. Oh, I'm blanking on her name now. What was Thea Queen's name?
Oh, Willa Holland?
Willa Holland. I want her to be in more stuff. She was so good in that. And that's not just because I had a giant crush on her. She's really good. What were some other ones in here? I saw someone fan casting that they want Indy Neverett to play Black Cat. I'd like that a lot. It's not an X-Men character, but I like that. Yeah, she hasn't been in a lot since, which surprised me. Yeah, she was really fucking good in that show. Like, really good. Also, Deathstroke.
Oh, Manu Bennett?
Manu Bennett. Like, the last thing I remember him being in was the Hobbit films.
Yeah.
He's, like, really good. And, we just saw him in She-Hulk. He's the guy who played Prometheus.
Oh, Josh Segarra.
Josh Segarra, he was so good in She-Hulk. My God, he was so good. Did he get into some kind of trouble?
Did he?
Maybe? Manu Bennett.
Oh, Manu Bennett.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to remember. I think he just irritated some people, like Manu Bennett. There we go. Controversy. Was arrested and charged with a misdemeanor assault. So he got in a fight. He was released on a $1,600 bond. He said he felt immediate. So yeah, that's nothing that big. But I'd like to see him in more stuff. He'd be really good. Other fan castings and stuff. The thing that's going to be the most difficult for casting this movie is we're getting to a point is if this X-Men cast is going to be in modern day, they need to come up with the reason for why Magneto is upset about the Holocaust. Because that is getting further and further and further and further away. Because he needs to be, like, age frozen, essentially. If you're still going to have him being grown up in the Holocaust, because if you're going to change that story, you better do something amazing that you somehow can figure out that no one's going to hate that you changed that. You need to be basically somehow magnetic fields stopped him from aging.
Yeah, something like that.
Because how old would he be now if he was a teenager in the Holocaust?
God, he would have to be like... He would have to be like in his like 90s or...
Yeah! It's kind of crazy how much you would have to be with that. 100 plus. It's fucking crazy. It might be too controversial, but maybe put him from Palestine. I kind of don't want that to happen, if I'm going to be really honest with you. That is going to be a level of attempting to tread on something I don't want them to try.
Yeah, no, that.
Because that's going to create more controversy for trying to solve a problem than it would if you just never tried it. Nothing, like, you can't.
And, like, something that I was thinking about, like, if Magneto is going to be, like, significantly older than, like, the original lineup is, and this would be if, like, they cast someone like Idris Elba or someone a little bit older, is if the, like, if his backstory was tied to, like, apartheid.
Okay. Maybe. That's going to be that how they handle him is legitimately going to be the hardest part of that entire series. Is his backstory.
Like, I do not envy the writers who have to, like...
Oh my god, I think I just figured it out. So, what if it's like a Bucky situation?
We were just talking about that, where he gets time frozen somehow. Like, not even if it's just time frozen, like somehow magnetism made me age less.
No, I mean, literally, you know, he was held by Hydra. Because in Hydra, you have Nazis without actually having to show the Nazis.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, okay. I see where you're going with that.
I see where you're going with that. It's possible that they just bring back Hydra for that one little bit. Options without seeing a mutation specifically slows down its aging process. Yeah, there's been a lot of people that have suggested the aging process slow down thing, because you're going to find out a lot more about how they're going to treat that when we figure out what the age of Charles Xavier is. But we'll see how they handle all that. Once they get past that, a lot of everything else will kind of just figure itself out. Updated question for now that we're a few weeks in the brand new day. Do you think it will outgross Avengers Doomsday, or will it reap the benefits of the Christmas bump? Here's the thing with Spider-Man Brand New Day. And it's something that they're not going to have the luxury of doing if they want Tom Holland to keep being the Spider-Man, because he said as soon as he becomes a dad, he doesn't want to do it, and he's not going to try being a dad in his 40s. They had the benefit of waiting 5 years off of a very successful movie and then making the heart grow fonder. Now, I believe that it's going to be a serviceable, good movie off of what they do, because I think they can tangentially do enough with cool cameo things to make this work, and then possibly tie everything together in Secret Wars for it to be okay. There is enough people that a lot of Doomsday, in my opinion, more than anything of a Marvel movie ever before, is going to be based off of word of mouth if it's a disaster or not.
Yeah, that's why right now in my mind, I'm thinking, and not just because it's also competing directly with Dune 3, but
yeah.
I mean, here's my prediction: if it's going to be successful, I think it's going to play more Avatar 3 numbers.
Oh, I was going to say Rise of Skywalker, but that
really that low?
Well, it still made a billion.
Yeah, but it like barely.
What did the third Avatar make?
I think it was. Because I think a lot of things in the trailers, like, no, people saw that movie wasn't not because it was an MCU movie, but because it was fucking Spider-Man. I think it's a little premature that there's going to be like Doomsday's going to make $2 billion, because I just, unless
if
it's
the
like
word of mouth is amazing,
then there's a chance.
Maybe. Because it is, for as much as it's Spider-Man and this movie's amazing, it is still actually insane that it's going to make $2 billion. That needs to be stated. This was not a guaranteed, everyone thought this was going to happen thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, everyone thought it was going to do well. I mean, I think most people thought it was going to do, like, No Way Home numbers. Because there really wasn't anything in the tracking that really suggested it would do like this.
Eli. I'm excited for everything around it, Eli. It's just that how they handle RDJ in that movie, which they haven't specifically stated they're going to, will decide if I'm continuing to be rubbed the wrong way or if they do the thing they should do, which we probably aren't going to know until we see the second trailer or the entirety of the whole movie. Sadly. What is the biggest bump a movie's gotten from Christmas? And is it normally this type of movie?
I would say off the top of my head, probably The Greatest Showman.
Okay. Because
Yeah, what I mean by the Christmas bump is like, so if a movie opens like the weekend before Christmas,
yeah,
like because kids are off school,
yep,
and because Christmas in general is like one of the biggest movie going weekends. Like movies will just like they'll just hang on longer than they would in the summer, which is a bit more high and low.
Okay. Is there a lot coming out after Dune and Doomsday?
Let me just pull up
I mean,
the
January's usually
schedule.
pretty dry.
Yeah, I just don't know if like there was something stacked after it, attempting to avoid this, like everything's doing with GTA.
The Jumanji movie is.
There's no way they're making over $1 billion now. That's gonna steal everything.
I mean, but the Jumanji movies have always really played as alternate programming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will make its money back in this.
And also the Roger Eggers movie Werewolf.
Yeah, they are. They're making what I assume is going to be the last one. Now everyone is in the real world and not in Jumanji. I forgot about that. So it'll hang for a while until that. Yeah. That movie's box office is going to be very, very interesting regardless.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's gonna have like tremendous impacts, like either way.
Oh, 100%, absolutely. So the last thing is, should they bring back DC Fandom to promote future projects pending the merger? And this is something that someone brought up to me the other day that I agree with, where people are kind of like getting pissy that Marvel's announcing all this stuff and they announced the Jimmy Olsen show. I don't think if James Gunn wanted to, he could announce something right now.
No.
Because there's no fucking way with the pending merger that they could even announce they're going to try something because they have no fucking idea what's going to happen.
Yeah,
projects. There's no way.
That's why I said pending the merger in parentheses, because obviously I know everything is on hold right now, but generally speaking,
I mean, don't expect no announcements at the earliest until March.
No,
yeah.
If DC gets truly alive and kicking to where they're like got steady flow coming out and there's like good word of mouth, I could easily see that coming back. Because that came at like the ass end of when it had nothing to do with Snyder at all. They were just making movies that people were liking and going to the theater to see. But if they're going to make like an actual like consolidated event around all their stuff going on, then yeah, I think that'd be a very good idea to do. Films announced like Busy Pop stuff. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, no, it is very much a thing.
Now, you know what I want that to be, but it's not? I want that to be a musical about the dinosaur TV show, The Dinosaurs.
I know.
Not the mama! I watched a clip of that the other day. That thing is a nightmare. I used to think that was cool when I was younger. I'm watching it now going like, oh my gosh. Puppetry work was hard back then.
Oh yeah, the servo stuff. No, that was made with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles money.
God, but yeah, that's gonna be interesting whenever that shit gets out. But do you guys have anything else? Ending of that show. What is the ending of that show?
Oh, where they have the post-apocalyptic meltdown, and they're basically in their house freezing to death, and it's gonna be like the extinction that they don't know the future. Oh my god, did you never see the ending of Dinosaurs?
No! I didn't know it got
stream?
an actual ending.
Oh, after the stream ends, I am showing you that. I am not joking.
That
it's one of the darkest endings of TV shows of all time.
And news report says a meteor's coming?
They're basically in a post-apocalyptic winter.
Fuck. I didn't know that show got an ending. I thought it got canceled.
No.
Wow. Good. Good Lord. Okay. Wow.
Now that is how you end a podcast.
Yeah. Man, we were talking before. This was a gas leak. I don't know what happened.
The gas leak has returned the zeroing out.
That has. Good Lord. And it was caused by corporate greed.
No, it was.
God. All right, we're going to get the hell on out of here. Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42.
Jesus at the end of the dinosaurs.
And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Renegade Pop Culture, YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture, or Organite Zero. Find us on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You need escape? So do we.
The fucking...
Brock, I think you have to retitle the episode of that.
I just got the vision of the best Photoshop in my fucking life. Of the dinosaurs in Juggalo makeup and God just descending down, casting the meteor like a spell in like Magic the Gathering at the dinosaurs.
Oh no. Well, anyway, if you want to see me derail more things, you can follow me at crazylemur.bsky.social. I'm also on Instagram at lemurs.rule1, and for anyone who didn't catch it beforehand, let me just make sure I'm sharing the right screen.
Bree, I might need you to attempt to Photoshop that for me.
Give me time. After I'm in House of the Dragon land for a little bit, there's a new episode of Lay Crap. We reviewed Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Here's this picture of... yes, that is who you think it is. Mike thought it was real.
That is Seth Rollins as
the Green Goblin.
Beautiful.
But
making
anyway,
up for his Marvel role that got cut from Brand New World.
Well, that's how the jokes started, because the musical is basically like the Cliff Notes version of Spider-Man 1 and 2, which Spider-Man 1 had Macho Man Randy Savage, so we're like, oh, Seth would probably do this like unironically, to like save the show or whatever. But anyway, if you want to hear us talk over an hour and a half about this fucking trash fire, give that a listen. It includes a 20-minute rant. Anyway, yeah, that's all I got.
All right, you can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero. That Photoshop will not leave my head. I'm going to have nightmares about that Photoshop. Oh, God. And you can find me ever at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. I'll be back to a more consistent streaming schedule now that X-Men 97 is done. And we'll be getting through this starting next month. I'm trying to finish up trying to finish up God of War this month and leading into September, because September I will be streaming the living shit out of Wolverine because I actually have that week off of work. And if you were in the cosplay convention, God, I'm crying. Cosplay convention and going and such, you can follow my Instagram over at Organoid0, where I will, come November, be debuting the newest cosplay that I have, which is Leon Kennedy from RE9, because I finally have it all
Ooh.
put together. Yes. So until next time, we will see you all later.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.